which I hate. But what are your predictions for this one, Vince? You know, both close, as we said. Do you expect a third map, or do you think one team is just going to dominate this map?
No, I think this will be a very, very close map. I can see the overtime of 13-11 again here. So it's going to be really close, really tense. If it does go to Crash, I would probably favour Phantasmagoria. From what we saw at the LAN, the E-Series LAN NZ, they were very, very strong on Crash. Robons and Zabs in particular, setting it on fire. So I think Aces want to close this out right here. And I don't think it's going to be easy for them, though. I think this will be close. How about yourself, though?
I think Aces are going to win this, you know. I think they have the momentum on their side right now. Obviously, Fan are going to be a bit down over that loss, but you know, they're two top teams. You expect them to just, you know, brush it over their shoulders. Okay, let's do this. Let's win this one. Care, past is the past. Let's look to the future.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you don't get to the caliber of players and caliber of teams that these two are without being able to take defeat, without being able to come back from a 1-0 deficit. These guys have been there, done that, got the t-shirt. This is just another day, another game, another map. So I expect Phantasmagoria to come out strong here.
Absolutely, and we have actually gone live, so I'm going to take it away. Zabza will open us up with the headshot with the scope, actually getting a frag from Cafe onto Double Palm, so really nice shot there onto Pizzazu. Vato goes down as well, as Robons will be the guy to drop him, as Fan is already in this A side. The bomb's gone down, Katana with the AK, Delry goes down. The plant has come from Elking, so Vato and Prophecy already in a clutch situation on the first round of this map. Robon's going to make it a 1v5 though. Prophecy, last remaining player. 5 players to find and a defuse, isn't going to be able to even get a kill as Robons gets the free man first round, and a beautiful round from Fan right there. None of them died.
Absolutely. As I was expecting, Phantasmagoria to come out the blocks very quick, very aggressive, very confident exactly what happened, but remember they were winning Crossfire 2-0, so it doesn't really state too much at the moment, and indeed Aces have came back with 2 very quick frags of their own. Pizzazu and Vato already on Calf and Statue respectively, and this is going to leave Phantasmagoria in all kinds of problems. Katana's trying to make something happen on B, but will get taken down from Prophecy, who actually picked up the shotgun but has switched it with an Eagle to pick up that kill, and that's going to leave Zabza and Vey. All that stands between Aces and that 1-1 scoreline. In fact, it isn't Zabza, it's Elking. Elking with that bomb is just peeking over the A wall as Vey will get taken down, and Calf has seen a player there, going to try the wall bang. Doesn't take down Pizzazu, who will get the team ace back onto Phantasmagoria. So you've had team ace, team ace, and 1-1. Interesting stuff.
Wow. So we get one team ace, and we get another team ace. Okay, so sorry guys for that big break, but Lee has just been informed by Tubi that we can stream the finals, but apparently Ono hasn't got any power at the moment because of a thunderstorm. So I'm not sure how that's going to be played out, if they're going to play tonight or not. Probably not if Ono isn't there, so it might be rescheduled. So we're not sure on that at the moment, guys. We will keep you updated. Thanks Lee for that, thanks Tubi for that. And let's go back up into this game as Prophecy will land the Deagle up onto Katana, as it is a 3v3 already. Sensei is going to make the gap even bigger, though, with a one-man advantage now, as Elking and Zabza have it all to do for Phantasmagoria. Elking on this B side with that bomb, and Zabza is going to rotate to B. Was previously around the spawn area. Sensei with another shot onto Elking. Zabza jumps around the corner, tries to get the frag onto Sensei there. Tries the nice little jump shot. Isn't going to land though. Tries another jump shot. And there's Sensei. Wow, Sensei goes absolutely massive. How many free mans have we seen from Sensei already in these first 2 maps? I think about 4. Just incredible scoping from Sensei right now.
Sensei's awesome, man. I think he's really underrated as a scope. You know, a lot of people talk about Stevie or, you know, Ono or whoever, but Sensei's right up there with the big boys in my opinion. He's really shown it time and time again. With that great 3-man that has picked up the grenade though onto Robons, and he's now going to push into top of B building. Let's switch on to the action, have a quick look at the Phantasmagoria as a hail of gunfire comes in, and 3 Phantasmagoria players a bit that does make that 4 now. It's going to leave Elking all by himself. He has that bomb and an AK-47 on the balcony. But 5 players, 5 hungry aces to find and kill. He has heavily tagged up Prophecy, who's once again residing in top flowers. But of course he's given his position away. All aces have to do is literally sit in a corner and wait. And El King doesn't have really any chance of picking this one up. He's going to try some more banks. Did tag up Beta a couple of times. There is a player in Overlook. One in mid-shops, one to his right. 38 seconds remaining, and he will get down from Pizzazu, who did say Deagle Bro just beforehand. 3-1 the scoreline, NC. And Ace is looking good.
And Zabza is timing out. No, he must have just been alt-tabbed out there. He was on a really high ping, so luckily he hasn't timed out. We're not going to see a delay. We haven't actually seen one delay so far. So I might have just cursed that. Someone's going to time out next round because I just said that. But anyway, a flash goes through Cav. Zabza looks for the sexy no-scope. Isn't going to happen. Actually scopes in. That's how you do it, buddy. As he will get Pizzazu down. As he's scoping down onto that double palms area. No one's going to show though. He's going to jump across, look for the headshot, run straight up into his teammate. There's 3. Just a huge gangbang going up in Caf here from the Phantasmagoria side. And one has gone out. Zabza with a beautiful shot to Sensei. That's the second. He gets taken down for his troubles as Prophecy will be the man with the AK. As Robons is in this A site, is making his way over to this taps area. Did see an SMG. There's the cheeky peek from Varto as he is going to drop Robons. Varto is going to try and follow it up onto Vey in the cafe area. But that isn't going to be, as Veta has now shown where he is. And Fan are going to be extremely aware. And there's Elking to drop Varto there. Varto maybe should have moved from that position after shooting. But he didn't. And will get paid for his troubles. As Vey will get dropped as well. Delru with a frag onto Elking. So now it's a 1v2. Katana left standing for this Fan side. And he's looking onto this bomb with an AK. And he's not there. And he has to retreat to Cav. Get that bomb. Hasn't seen anyone. So cautious right now. He does not know where any Aces players are. He's looking at every single corner. He's going to get this plant down with no troubles unless they have a grenade. No, they do not. As Prophecy and Delru are the last 2. Katana behind this bomb. Does see one on main. I think that is Prophecy. Yeah, it is Prophecy. Prophecy is going to get that last frag. And I'm not sure what Fan were doing there. Zabza was absolutely dominating from CAF. But I mean, there was just 3 in CAF. And they didn't push out. They just had to push out and they didn't.
Yeah, even the slightest bit of hesitance on a map like Strike can really be a detrimental decision, you know, because as you said, if you have 3 players in CAF, Zabs is picking up frags, why not just push out? Why not try and take that A site by force? Unfortunately, Katana found himself in a 1v2 and he couldn't pick it up as Prophecy will grenade Robons out of this round. Delru has caught a grenade of his own, courtesy of El King. Veta will shut down Vader through the smoke. Well played. Zabza back onto him though, so back and forth actions here, frag for frag. And Sensei is now going to try and make something happen as Zabza picks up his second frag in a row. Sensei under heavy fire is back to full health. Aces a player down. Katana is going to go for that fast plant onto A now. And indeed, it's going to be the full plant as the grenade comes in. And he didn't even get the plant off. He actually took his finger off the button there to try and escape from the grenade. Had he have just kept his finger on, the plant would be down in a 2v2 situation. As it stands, though, the bomb's in a horrible position as Sensei's watching the crosshair. And that split decision from Katana to take his finger off the plant button could be the difference between a round won and a round lost here as Sensei gets an absolutely sick Deagle frag. 2 versus 1 now. Zabza is all by himself. He has that scope trained on statue. Going to be a player there. Pulls up the SMG. And there's Prophecy for the final kill of the 6th round. But Enzi, how critical was that failed plant there from Katana, leaving it in a horrible position in a 2v2. And Aces starting is so strong.
Well, as you know, Vince, I always miss the best action when you're casting, so I missed that as well as everything else that I've missed, but it did sound pretty deadly for that round, so I am going to take your word for that one. But Zabza did see a glimpse of a head there on single palm, try to follow it up, but Sensei's going to be there, gets the first. Zabza goes down, peeks around the corner, gets the sexy Deagle onto Vey, and he is going to be looking on this street now as Elking and Prophecy will both get frags. Sensei again onto Elking, there's his third. Another free man for Sensei. My god, this guy is an absolute beast right now. As he's going to be looking for his fourth. Coming around the corner with that deagle is going to be lucky anytime soon. Yes, we do have another 4-man on the board. Senzai with the deagle. And that will go together with both of Elking's 4-mans we saw in the previous map. And really, Senzai is just incredible right now. He's playing so good. He's on 11-2. I'm not going to be surprised if I see a 31 from this guy right here, right now.
Yep. Ditto, and it's getting towards the kind of territory where Phantasmagoria should be thinking about a timeout pretty soon. As Aces are looking all kinds of strong, 4 versus 2, back to a 3 versus 1 now, as Delvery will pick up that kill onto Elking. It's going to leave Katana all by himself once again in a 1v3 situation. He's in mid-shops with the AK, did just catch a glimpse of that would have been Senzai in B Alley, who's now going to eke across towards lower underlook area. No one's home. Katana is now going to start to cross, and that could be curtains for him. As Senzai was still on Stevie, just peeking across 7-1 the scoreline. And indeed, that timeout has came down from Katana. Definitely the right decision here. And what do you think, Enzi, they have to change up here? Because clearly 7-1 behind is an absolute pasting.
See, the thing is with Fan, they're doing a great job of getting into A, but they're not really using it to their advantage. I mean, they're getting into A fine, to be honest. They're getting onto the bomb and basically getting the bomb down. They're just not capitalizing on getting into A, you know. They're not doing the right things when they're in that actual site, you know. Like, getting in, they're fine. But, I mean, capitalizing on the fact that they're getting an A, they're just not really doing it. And I think they really need to start, you know, get some fast plants in. Stop being so cautious. Just go all-out aggression, because honestly, that's the only thing I can really see right now, Vince. But what about yourself? Yeah, that's what I think right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think they need to move in more as a team, or complete contrast to that, have a proper split and push both sides at the same time. They seem to be a bit one-dimensional, a bit kind of stale, a bit stagnant. They really need to mix something up here. Maybe even try an all-out B push. Just go crazy. Just balls to the wall. Just rush B, get down the street, really cause problems for Senzai, because at the moment, he's just sitting pretty in B house, or in Stevie, or in B alley, and he's being given free rein to pick up players left, right, and centre. If you start to put some pressure and apply that pressure on Senzai, suddenly he has to start moving, and he's going to have to look at more positions, which gives your team the opportunity to push on A easier. So they just need to mix things up, because right now it's a bit too obvious. Aces are doing the same thing every round, and it's working for them. The attack side, they just need to change it.
The thing that I've noticed as well is that Fan are doing the same thing, like you just said. They need to mix up. I don't think I've seen a B push from Fan once. Not once.
They've basically been 4A and Katana going B or mid shops. That's been their tactic.
Like, even if they did like a full-on split, you know, like 2 go A, 3 go B, we still ain't seen anything like that. I don't even think they've really used mid-shops to what it's actually used for. I don't think I've seen one player of Fan ever in mid-shops or even trying to rush through it. But we're just going to have to see this round, Vince. Take it away.
Katana's the only player that's really trying to mix it up at the moment. He's went Link a couple times, he's gone mid-shops a couple times, but as you say, hasn't really made the most of these positions. But he really needs some more support. It's going to be interesting to see how Phantasmagoria attack this one. A player pushing Calf, 2 in mid-shops now. Looks like more of a mid kind of A push this time, which I like. They are trying to mix it up. Katana's picked up 1, get the second as well to Senzai. Brilliant stuff from him. And as I said before, need to put some pressure on Senzai with that scope. When he's in this vein of form, you're going to find yourselves getting absolutely obliterated. 3 versus 3. Bomb is down around Garage, and Vey comes round the side and takes down Pizzazu. Liking this pincer movement onto A from Phantasmagoria, working a chop here. And they've completely sectioned off Veto all on his own. He is pushing round into Underlook. Has seen a player mid-shops, going to pull out that deagle. Will he get the frag? Seen another to his left. Are we going to see a repeat of Crossfire? Where he played it slow, picks up 1, jumps round, very nearly gets the second. Would have been brilliant play, but Katana too quick on that finger trigger to get taken down. Prophecy, last remaining player, 2 versus 1. Vey is going to go for that full plant, as Prophecy could very comfortably get taken down in the back here from Katana. This is what we're talking about, Enzi, using mid-shops to its best, fullest effect. But there's Prophecy peeking round the corner, will pick up that frag onto Katana. And I'm hoping that for Phantasmagoria's viewpoint, they pick this round up, but it's not going to happen, as Prophecy gets the 1v2 clutch. And Enzi, they did everything right. They were 3-2 ahead, the bomb was down, then they were 2-1 up with the bomb down, and they just let it slip. Oh man, I was hoping from their perspective they picked that round up because I think then the momentum would have been in their hands.
What was they doing? Just peeking? I don't know what he was actually trying to accomplish.
I was a bit confused as well from Katana because he heard Prophecy change his weapon to his left and he was still looking at Garage when Prophecy killed him. It's kind of like, why are you looking there?
And that is going to have a dampener on Aces. No, Fans, sorry. They're going to be happy about that at all. But new round, and let's see what it brings to us. As I am following on to Prophecy, the 1v2 clutcher of last round, as he is rocking the deagle, and he is just allowed to push the back here. He has actually missed the guy going B, and he does hit Zabza right there. He's going to take Zabza down, and Zabza's going to look at his teammate in his positioning and be like, how the hell did he just get past you? And Pizzazu is going to get the SMG frag onto Robon, so Katana is the guy who let Prophecy slip through the grasp and let him push the back. And he paid for that as Zabza would go down. And obviously Prophecy has got that bomb down, so he's waiting at the top of the street. Katana has seen him there, and he has peeked in, and Katana saw that, so he's using that to his advantage. He is rushing towards that bomb, gets the bomb down. And he does see one in at top. Overlook tags him like hell, but Vato, if he stays in, is going to regenerate, no problem whatsoever. He's just going to play with Katana. The time is on their side right now, and the player advantage is a 1v3. And Katana might actually be able to get this bomb down, because there's not one player in A right now, but Aces have made their way in, as the bomb is going to go down. I reckon he's going to get this bomb down, but it isn't going to be for long. He's going to even be able to get the bomb down, and wow. From what we thought was going to be incredibly even, has gone to 9-1 for Antwerp Aces. Just wow.
I'm really not sure what to make of this, Anzi. I mean, the fact that Prophecy's moved on to 14 for 2 just goes to show how well he's playing, and he has been the B player as well from Aces, so goes to show that his flanking round the back, his back attacks have been really, really crucial for this Aces absolute steamroll at the moment. He's picked up his 15th frag there. Elking replies onto Pizzazu. As Prophecy gets his second onto Elking, he's absolutely on fire. Another very underrated player, in my opinion, in the Benelux scene. And he is going to try and make some more damage happen here. Zabza jumps across, tries the sexy jump shot in midair, but not going to land, as Phantasmagoria have gone a player ahead. Prophecy, the talisman so far for Aces, with Senzai, has been downed here. And that's going to leave Delru and Senzai remaining. So they still have one of their power players up here with the R700. Phantasmagoria have to be careful, as Katana is going to move over. Has seen a player. Great smoke there, though, from Phantasmagoria. Was wondering if Senzai was going to have a chance of a couple shots across, but not to be. And they're going to get this bomb down now, as a grenade did come out. Senzai has picked up a kill into Zabza, though. Down to a 2v2 as the bomb's planted from Katana. And now Delru has his sights trained on main A. Senzai with a deagle will get shut down from Robons. Delru has to move. I think he's trying to wait for Robons to peek round that corner, but it's not going to happen just yet. Delru sees a player on A. And that's going to be Katana, who does pick up that frag. Welcome to the scoreboard for only the second time, ends in 11 rounds here. And even if they do win this, they're still 9-3 behind at half-time. I mean, it's not looking good for them. But do you think they can pull this one back?
Honestly, I think it's lost already. I think Aces are just going to be way too strong. 9-2 ahead, that's a big margin. Maybe if it was 7-5, maybe I say, okay, they can bring this one back. But honestly, I think Aces are just going to steamroll the second half, in my honest opinion. But Fan coming out with 3 really quick frags. Aces with 2. So it's a 2v3 already, as Vey makes his way into A. Throws that smoke out, has got the SMG in hand, looking for a frag. As he's peeking around that corner, as Delru will get a frag of his own, Prophecy one of his own as well, 1v2, make that a 0v2 as they will get dropped, and now 10-2 at half-time. 3 rounds left for Aces, and honestly, Vince, I don't think there's any return for Fan right now, but do you think they can still bring it back, or do you think it's just all lost right now?
To be completely honest, I think 10-2 is too steep of a mountain to climb. I mean, right there, it was a 2v3 against Aces, Enzi, and they managed to pick it up. It just goes to show that Phantasmagoria right now just aren't in the comfort zone. Something's going amiss. Prophecy's on 17 frags, 3 deaths. Brilliant score from him. Senzai, 14 kills for 6 deaths. And if you have a quick look at the Phantasmagoria scoreboard, none of them are on a positive kill-to-death ratio. So none of them are having a particularly good map here. And of course that is shown in the overall score. However, roles reversed. Perhaps this could be a resurrection from Phantasmagoria, and it would be one of the best that I've ever seen if they do pull this back here. But it's going to be difficult. Anyway, let's take away the action with Phantasmagoria. And let's see how they're going to approach this defense side. Very aggressive push, though, from Aces. You can see 2 players in camp, Pizazu and Vato, both coming through here. Vato will pick up a kill, and Robon's replies before being down from Vato. Great push here from Aces, 3 versus 3. And it's going to be very difficult from Phantasmagoria's perspective to pull this one back, as Delru's going to go for this full plant. Is a grenade going to come in? You can see him staring at the heavens. Grenade hasn't came in here. So 3v3 with the bomb down. Prophecy now on Hotel Wall. There is going to be one to his left. Is he going to spot this player? No, he won't, as Katana comes in with the SMG frag. So Phantasmagoria now a player to the good, but with 30 seconds to go. Not looking good for them, as Vato downs Katana. Pushes out. Very nearly gets the second frag. Does pick it up with the Deagle. Picks up indeed his 4th kill of the round. 11-2 the scoreline. And that was all down to that Vato Pizazu push through Kafenzi. Just so good. 11-2.
It's really a shame to see this, Vince, because that I'd say they're both equal in skill level. I don't think they're like one's hugely better than the other. I think they're very equal in skill. I just think it's not Fans' day today. It's a shame to see this, because obviously Crossfire was a really even map, but it just seems to me that I'm getting that kind of sense the Fan is just giving up right now. I don't think they're trying as hard as they could be, but Zabza is going to get that frag onto Prophecy. He's going to make it a 2v3, as Senzai will get taken down from the back as well, as Elking will come out on top with that AK, as Pizaza will drop Zabza. So it's all up to that one guy. That's Elking, the guy who was probably the man of the match on Crossfire, if I'm going to be honest with you. Like you said, don't get a huge amount of kills, but when he does, it's just amazing. As he is on the front A car, is going to make his way in. Obviously, he has got that defuse, and a brilliant Crossfire setup here from Aces. As Elking is looking for the spam, in the wrong position, as he's going to peek around this corner, and should theoretically get the frag, unless he's just going to sit behind there. And yeah, brilliant from Pizazu. He stayed behind there. Maybe gave it the effect that he was pushing garage or something like that, or he was just literally proning there, and he peeked up. Perfect time. That's 12-2, but yeah, Vince, it's a shame to see this, it really is.
It is. When you see a team of Phantasmagoria with its capabilities and caliber underperforming this much, it is quite saddening. But as you say, everyone has an off day. This just seems to be Phantasmagoria's collective off day, or off map, or perhaps, maybe we're not giving Aces enough credit. These guys have been playing absolutely sublimely, and it's now a 4 versus 1. You've got players from Phantasmagoria leaving, as Vay's all by himself, and that will be the 13-2 comfortable win in the end for Aces. Very close Crossfire, 13-11, and an absolutely one-sided blitz from Aces there, 13-2. And of course, they will be progressing through to the finals of the Sparkle Cup against the Triple L threat of Lowland Lions. It's not completely sure, Enzi, actually, if it's still going to go ahead. Apparently, Ono having problems with his electricity.